Okay, just started recording. So welcome everyone to this week's community call. Federico will not be joining us since he's at Token 2049 in Singapore with Clement, Guamian, Jan, and other members of the team. We also have presence at .con in Berlin. One is there with Eiko. And well, I'll just talk a little bit of what's going on lately. Many of you know, we launched yesterday our MetaMask app, which is basically a plugin to MetaMask. Now MetaMask accepts these integrations from different providers that allow them to extend the functionality of MetaMask. Or, for example, in our case, we show an interaction with the contract belongs to some contract there that is registered in one of our lists, or if the address has a name, or if it matches the domain that it is expected for this contract to be in. So yeah, we are super excited with the engagement that we had and the reception. I personally feel that this is basically the best format so far for consuming these types of lists. So it finally is available when the user is actually making transactions. So that's super cool. I've been personally being very, very busy with running a proper campaign to get this information out. And yeah, if you can just try it out and post on your social networks, this will be a huge help. Also, it's nice because you can find maybe give us some feedback on what you would like to see in it. And what we launched is just the start, of course, and yes, there's a lot of room to improve, and hopefully other wallets will appreciate having this information when you're transacting. So we might have more integrations after that. So yep, that's one. Probably the main thing would have been easy the last couple of days. Also, we are running the incentive program for these registries. There's basically a bounty for making submissions to these registries. As you must have known, before we had the Ethereum mainnet list, the Gnosis chain list, and now we are basically integrating all these lists on a single one. For example, for the tokens lists, and the incentive program now contemplates that we want submissions from different networks on the same list, and the rewards are distributed according to that. So yeah, it's an opportunity to make submissions, get familiar with Kleros, and also earn some PMK and accumulate PMK to be a juror. And this also means that there will probably be cases around submissions. There are some users that reported that rules are changed, so pay attention to the details. I'll send the link to one of the juror groups where these discussions are involved. And yes, so another thing is that we started the application for the Founders Bootcamp, which is a virtual, basically a virtual bootcamp for people that are creating projects on Web3. We have already some material freely available, but we are working on basically a program that contemplates mechanism design, marketing, fundraising, and everything that you need to get a Web3 project off the ground. The application period continues for the next couple of weeks, and we are planning to start the program in the beginning of October. So, yeah, that's another thing. And well, for the V2, you must have seen the updates in the chat. Basically, there are lots of updates that are programmed, and basically already fixes that are already done, but they are in review right now. So probably in the next days, probably by the end of the week, there will be some update that will fix most of the issues that were reported. There are already some that were live, but soon there will be an improvement, a very noticeable improvement on the V2 testnet. But if you have feedback, you can continue to send feedback, just in case there's something that we did not take care of yet. One of the most frequent complaints was that people were not being reported. They're selected for a case, so now we have a bot for that called Hermes. Surface it in the chat. If you're interested, you can just talk with the bot and add your wallet, and then it sends a message to you when you get selected for being a juror. Also, improvements that we have is that now you are shown which round you are selected in, and this is very useful when we have rounds where when there are cases where there are multiple rounds where we're testing it out and basically escalating it almost ad infinitum into the as much as possible. So, well, that's another thing. There's also the incentive program for participating in the V2. So get today and pay attention so you get elected and get another small amount if you're starting. And well, there's a lot more going on, but I'll stop here. William, would you be able to share your updates?
Yeah, sure. So I don't have a whole lot to report. As like sort of the V2 is approaching with its increased modularity for different kinds of voting and incentive systems, we're doing a bit of a taking of stock of like where we are with our research on like what kind of modules we want to add. Some we thought about for a really long time about how to have like better handling of multiple choices and some different voting incentive systems. So others, they're sort of still more open research questions. So there's like a like sort of determining like what our priorities are. So when the devs are start producing some of these modules, like which one will be done first and where we still have some more research work. I've been doing some research recently, going back to kind of my ideas around cell-bound token weighting, kind of getting at the some of the stuff I talked about in my DevCon talk from last year. We have some interesting ideas for like modules that are more ready on better logic around juror selection, but it's clear that there's more one can do here. They're interesting research questions. So that's sort of where I am.
Awesome. Yeah, and about the other research updates, research-related updates, Jamila will be participating on a program in Hong Kong as a visitor. Sorry, do you know how is it called, William? You're more familiar than me with academic terms.
I don't immediately recall what the official title of her thing is I guess not going to be able to find it.
Yeah, I'll just look for it. It's visiting research associate at the Hong Kong University. Yes, and at the same time, Jan will be joining Stanford also as a visiting research associate. I don't know exactly which will be his field of research. Do you know, William?
So my understanding is he's there to like participate in. I think they have some kind of specific like law and economics research group that he'll be participating in.
Oh, sorry.
So like similar to the work, he's taking on this role while he's doing his PhD at Paris too. So it's an extension of his existing work, but I think they have like a law and economics sort of research group. So he'll be taking part of that at Stanford.
I see. Thanks a lot. So about there's another program that is very cool that is happening now. Sorry for the noise. Let me see if I can turn it up. Yeah, hope this helps a little bit. We have we're participating on a hackathon, like putting up a prize on a hackathon for AI agents that participate on the prediction markets. So I'll send the link below as well. But it's super interesting because there's now infrastructure for running these AI bots and like ready to use code for launching these bots. So if any developer is listening, you can get started. I believe it's maybe 30 minutes or something. You can already participate in the hackathon and then tweak the bots to try to win the prize. Yes. Apart from that, I don't know, Marcos, do you have something to share?
Yes. So, well, besides what you said about MetaMask snaps, we are working in the other important integration we have in Kleros, that is Lemon integration, where we are still working in creating a new forms and a new dispute policy. And then this week and the last week, we have some important calls with another exchanges, mostly from Latam or Argentina. So those are big news. Maybe we are going to have another important integration as the one we have with Lemon, with another exchanges, not in the short term, but maybe in the mid-term. And then we have a part of our team in some events, in the DevCon and token 2049.
Yes, thanks. Yeah, I think that's basically it for today. I don't know if anyone has any questions. Did you try to download? Did anyone in the audience try to download the MetaMask snap? Try it out.
Yeah, I did it and it's working very well. So yeah.
Okay. So, well, thanks everyone for coming. I'll send links to the things that we got discussed in the chat, and you can DM me for the POAP. So see you in the chats.
Everybody.
Everyone.